Welcome to this potentially quite short, hopefully quite short revival, resurrection if you like, on this wonderful bit of British engineering, the Rover 25. This is a 2000 WYNNE. Engine-wise, no idea. Will it run? No idea. Has it got an engine? No idea. I'm in the middle of filming another video and the gentleman has said, who's just over there, said that I can have this. I'm going to give him some money for it, but it is available. And I thought, well, since it's in the way and it needs to be moved, instead of trying to drag it out of here with probably that Land Rover, why not try and make it run and drive? And if it does, we'll drive it onto the trailer and we'll take it home while I'm trying to cut a tree down to get the other car out that I'm actually here for. So yeah, it just says 25. I have got the logbook over there, so I will sort of see what engine it's got. But yeah, this is green, man. This is rough as toast. These are, I tell you what though, do you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here and say that when they're all cleaned up and stuff, it's not a bad shape. I do like them. They're not the worst shaped cars ever. They look like the Mitsubishi Colts and Proton Persona type things, don't they? I wonder if it was a shared build. Anyway, let's see if we can get into this boot, because it's the closest. That's a negative. What about this door here? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's like something out of Avatar down there. Oh, my God. Look at these green fields and trees. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh my God, look at the neck of this car. This is amazing. Oh, the seat does go back. When was it last on the road? What does that say? 31st of December 2014. And I think, judging by that, is that 6 months or 12? 12 months, 140. It must be a 1.4. Oh wow, this thing is amazing. I can see keys dangling, come on. That is green though, that's the most impressive I've ever seen. This is brilliant. That door over there has been open for the entire time, just sort of ajar. So yeah, the bonnet's sort of semi up. Should we have a look what's under there? Most lethal headstrom I've ever used, I think. Right, what do we like under here? Okay. Oh wow. Amazing. It's got a battery. No cream. It's unusual for one of these, isn't it? What else have we got? Oil. Up to the max of Pine Fresh. Nice. Oh, that's free. It looks like it's got brake fluid as well. Could almost drive this straight to the MOT place, couldn't we? Right, let's should we stick a battery on it and see what happens inside? Trying to get rid of that bramble, but it appears to be structural. Ow, fuck. There we go. Another battery for the pile. Battery! This one should have electricity. Right. Anything at all? Okay. Oh, this tree's about to come down in front of the lovely Austin 1300. Hopefully not on top of it, but... Oh, perfect. Look at that. Superb. Great stuff. Yeah, so this door has apparently been like this for the entire time it's been there, and has allowed it to become one with its surroundings. Get a detailer in there, come and clean it up, be fine. Go again this. Right, come on, are we going to have any dash lights or anything? Oh yes, we've got dash lights. It's beeping, it's doing things. 86,000 on the clock. It's going to have immobiliser issues, isn't it? 100%. Come on, read the immobiliser. Does it say it's got any fuel? It says it's got half a tank of fuel. But yeah, I think it has immobiliser problems because I can't hear it doing anything. And there's a lot of stuff hanging down here, which is a concern, isn't it? Was it laid up because it just doesn't run? So yeah, we've got a couple of issues. I'm thinking we've either got a start motor or immobiliser issue. I do remember the immobiliser being a bit of a pain on these, and it feels like the immobiliser might be on crank, but the ignition's coming on. Just going to see if we can't bump this thing on the starter motor, you know. Everything wants to kill you. Less things. Oh, very nice. I love messing about with old cars. It's great, isn't it? Will they come back to life? Won't they come back to life? Looks like it's been serviced recently, so should be running fine. Don't know why it isn't. Okay, bit of access. It's all quite rusty. It's not making a good connection, but it is working. Come on. Don't tell me this thing's seized as well. It can't be, surely. Never heard of one of these. This was only on the road 10 minutes ago, but yeah, God, it. Bloody hell, it does feel a bit solid. Now we're talking. We've got one that rotates. Come on, and again. Will she run? Wonder if it'll go on the key now. Now that we've woken it up. No. It's doing an awful lot of beeping in there. Something possibly to do with the immobiliser, which is what I think it is. I think there's a immobiliser issue, so it might run off this, but maybe it's taking the fuel pump out. It's doing something. Something's happening. Anyway. She's running. She's a runner. I'm not going to be able to keep it running for long enough. Can't put fuel pressure on it. It's going to need quite a high pressure fuel line, and I can't do that with what I've got with me to keep it running. Sitrep is this one. The fuel pump for this car is in the fuel tank, and the fuel tank is located underneath the car. Now it says it's tank out to replace the fuel pump. There's no access hole in the back, under the back seat. That's what I've read online, and I don't want to start crawling in there and breathing in all the hepatitis and stuff, so I believe them. Okay. My other option is I'm going to try and put this low pressure fuel pump onto it, which you'd use for a carburettor car, like the one over there, which the engine's seized on. And yeah, essentially try and make it work off that, but I don't think it will. Excuse me. Today I've breathed in whatever was in this. I've drank coolant. I just flicked some petrol into my mouth accidentally as well. Lovely day though, really nice. So that is where one would need to feed the fuel into, and it'd be hilarious if that fits, wouldn't it? There's nowhere to put your tools in this Rover. Just lost that spanner. I'm never getting that back, am I? Come on. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Screwdriver for starting. I don't think it's going to be strong enough to do what I want it to do, but it's a fuel pump, you know. I just don't think it's going to have enough pressure. Okay. Oh, is the ignition on? I don't think so, because the keys are in my pocket. Fuel pressure, not enough. I have got a high pressure fuel pump, but it's back at the workshop, which is 2 hours away. Annoying. Okay. Don't attempt anything that I do at home, of course. Oh, it's too short, too thin, too small. Potentially the most ridiculous idea I've ever had. There's a vacuum input there, so when the engine's running, it's sucking. So I thought, well, why not stick petrol in there via this gravity tank without a pump on it and see what happens. Let's put the ignition back on. Drop my keys. This is such a bad idea, but that did work. Have some more fuel, okay. Oh, maybe too much. Just opening it a tiny little bit. Problem is I can't see how much that is. I forgot to undo the lid, so there was a vacuum inside there which was stopping the fuel coming out. I've now rectified my mistake. Let's try that again. possibly a little bit too much fuel in there. Gonna hydrolock it. Nice. Trying to make it stable enough so that I could move the car, you know, or at least attempt to. Give it my best shot, but I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this running long enough in order to drive it out of here, annoyingly. It's just, I can't meter it well enough. It's just either pouring in or not. And that's not how a car wants to run. It's good effort though, and it did run for quite a while. There's quite a bit of heat in the engine now. I know it's a runner, so we'll winch it onto the trailer, I think. Tension coming on, you've got it. Got it. Oh shit. That was exciting. It's several days later. Is it a week? It is, it's a week later. I just got it home and pushed it in there. Didn't really do anything else to it. I have had a development though. Just as I was leaving with the wonderful Rover, look at what I was handed. This is the book pack for the car. Owner's handbook, which I'm about to have a read through and see if I can find out how to do the key thing, because on the, is it back cover? I've got a radio code, a key number and an EKA. I've done about 5 seconds of Googling, and apparently these are the things I need to maybe get that immobiliser to work. I don't know. So I'm just going to have a little read through these. I'm going to pull it out and give it another go. This car is like several shades of absolutely horrific to be around. It's just, all I've done is sort of moved it forward a bit, opened that door, taken the handbrake off, and I've already had to brush off like 10 things that were crawling on me. Anyway, I'm going to pop a battery in this and then get the key, change the battery in the key, and sort of have a little bit of a play with things. See if I can't work out if it is an immobiliser issue. I'd like to see if there's power to the to the fuel pump. because that's the only thing we're missing. We've got spark and everything, it's just the fuel pump. I can't really do that without getting underneath the car, and yeah, it's well, I could potentially push it out into the open and do it. So let's try the key and stuff first. There has been a significant development. Lock, unlock. The key is now working. Well, the central locking is anyway. Does that mean this thing's going to run if I just twist the key? Don't know. I mean, watch out for this fuel pipe. If you see, you can't really see it, but there's a pipe down there. If you can see fuel sort of spilling in that general area, let me know. How am I going to get around there now? Right, the key is in. And it's not making that noise anymore. I still can't hear a fuel pump. I don't think any fuel is pumped. Yeah, it's all dry. Bugger. That would have been easy, wouldn't it? Just changing a £1 battery and a key. That is a bit of a pain. I remember these from like old Saxos and stuff. It's fully pressed down, should it not be? How do you reset them? You just hit them, don't you? I'm sure you do. You just give them a little... I'm sure it's like an inertia thing for like... Did you hear that? And now you can press it. If like the car's in a crash or something like that, does something happens, and then everybody lives. Yeah, still bone dry there, so we've still got no fuel coming out. I need to do some more reading, find out exactly where the fuel pump is, how I'm going to get to it, how easy it is to get to it, if there's a fuel pump's relay or a fuse or anything like that I can have a look at first before I get on my back. I don't know why either. What am I going to do with this car? Why would I go to all this effort? Well, it was £39, so yeah, it's a bit of fun, isn't it? It's got to come out into the open. It's got to be more easy to get to that driver's door, because there's potentially a couple of little things you've got to do. Let's do that. Better. So I've just been reading the book, and yeah, this is a fuel cut-off switch which is supposed to be pressed like that. So we'll give that another try now. Get this door out of the way of that door. I've checked that's the fuel pump fuse. Absolutely fine. Pretty sure the immobiliser is off though, because it's all working. Everything's working. To get the immobiliser off, unlock it, open the door, get in, which I'm definitely not going to, and then start the car. No fuel pump noise at all, so it's probably going to want a fuel pump. There's a load of stuff missing from down there where all the fuses and stuff are. However, I'm not too worried about that because there's nothing really that does the fuel pump. It's all up here. So I'm just going to get the multimeter dead quick and just see if we're getting power to a couple of places, and then we might have to look into how easy it's going to be to get to this fuel tank. I've just had a quick shuffle around because I want to sort of get a bit better access to this, and I'm thinking I'm going to buy a universal high pressure fuel pump, try and make it run off that, and if it does, it might be enough, because otherwise I've got to take the fuel tank out. However, if I can get it to run off that, I might drive it inside the workshop, take the fuel tank out, put a fuel pump in it, and at least I can check it and all that sort of stuff then. I don't know why I'm doing this. I've got so many other things. I just want it to run and drive. Is it too much to ask? Let's have a look underneath. Yeah, I just want to see how easy it is to access the fuel pump, and if I can see any wires, because if I can see any wires I can test them. but at the moment I can't test anything. God, remarkably good condition sills. Out of all the cars that were there, why did this have to be the most solid one? Oh look, there's a fuel tank, it's all the way over there. Ooh, is that a plug I can see? I don't know, that might be the fuel pipe. Well, it's got a cap on it, that's probably 100 quid's worth, isn't it? Nice. That rear beam, I wonder if this rear beam would fit the Austin over there. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Just modern day rear beam and suspension. Am I having ideas? Would that work? Just weld things on in places, can't you? Doesn't look like a big job to get the fuel tank out. It's only 2 straps there I can see. Just a couple of bolts if they come off, and a few pipes by the looks of it. Absolutely nothing holding this side up. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Wires, pipes, wires and pipes. Before anyone tells on me to my mum as well, I'm not actually underneath the car. I'm just sort of outside of it, so if it does fall off, it's not going to kill me. Fall off that jack over there. It's in impeccably good condition. I wonder if it'd be funny, you know, just to piss Rob off, the MOT guy, if I did get this ready, just drive it down for an MOT so we'd have to sit in it. Okay, right, let's try and get this wire out. This kind of does look like the fuel pump sort of wiring, because I don't know what other wiring it would be on a plug down here by the fuel tank. There's nothing else that really goes on, is there? Oh, fucking hell, that was hard work. Super corroded connections. I wonder if that's something to do with it. Now, which side is the car side and which side is the not the car side? Let's go and switch the ignition on and get the multimeter. If you can see on the multimeter there, we are getting some voltages. Where's it gone though? Not lots of volts, but some volts. I don't think the fuel pump's going to be consistently live, which is annoying, and I can't go and flick the ignition on off while I'm lying down here. So yeah, that's a bit tough. I'm trying to work out what these wires do as well. I have here some electricity and some cables that I made when we're doing the MX-5, so we'll utilise those. Now hopefully we've got a nice little, I need to get a power probe that essentially does the same thing, but nice little 12 volt supply there. Let's just try and throw 12 volts up it. I mean, let's guess what wire does what. Just wish I could have a bit more, I could see a little bit more. Right, so let's assume that that one is the negative. Okay. End of experiment. I think the fuel pump is definitely dead, and it's in there, which is a problem. So yeah, let me order a high pressure fuel pump tomorrow and we'll try and make it run off one of those. Hello and welcome to the second day on the 25, and this is going to be the last day on this car because I mean, what do you want me to do is I'll clean most things, I'll resurrect most things, but this is a bit of a bin, isn't it? I do want to get it running though. I would like to see if it drives, and to do that I have built a thing. So this is my boat tank and I've attached to it a high pressure Bosch fuel pump. I mean, I say Bosch fuel pump, it's Bosch style. It was probably made in a sweatshop in China, but it works, and it goes into a filter here and through this mega long hose, which is just in case we need to put the tank in the passenger seat, and attached to these battery clips here, and should, if I attach it, go buzz and pump fuel in. Now that's going to be a pressure that the injectors are going to go, yeah, okay, that's high enough pressure, will work, and if I twist that key, hopefully it'll start. Except the battery just fell off because I've not tightened it down properly. Keep forgetting to torque these things down properly. There we go, that's better. Will it run? Come on! You beauty! The old K-Series is alive! And the good thing about this is this, now I've sort of got this little setup, I can take this with me on the road, and if I ever need to get something that uses this running, it's pretty straightforward. Listen to that thing tick. It's working, amazing. Look at the smoke. Oh yes, that's some good coloured smoke. That smells beautiful. Okay, so this RBMK reactor is now ready to run and idle and potentially drive. What do you want to do? I've got, you know, we could just mess about with it for a bit, and then I'm probably going to go on Facebook and Instagram and say, does anybody want this car? Bring a trailer and take it away, you know, because I don't want to see it anymore. It's either that, and if nobody comes, I'll just take it to the scrapyard. Because it is rough, it's so rough. The inside, I mean, you've seen what it looked like. It's you know, I don't want to be in there. So the first thing I want to do, should we just see if it overheats just for fun? Because it is a kettle, so let's see if the kettle boils. We'll give it a fighting chance though. There is oil. And oil, I don't know if you know this, is actually a coolant in cars. Oil's used to cool things down as well as lubricate things. There is that much water in there, so let's go and put some in it. I do hold some angst towards these things because the amount of... I used to buy and sell cars quite a lot, and these things cost me a bit of time and money back in the day. Good fun though, aren't they? Right, that's water. Did you put water anywhere else? I don't think so. For it to pass the test, the temperature gauge needs to sit where it should do on the gauge, not all the way bent over into the red, and the fan needs to kick in. If it does those two things, and this, bloody hell, this is a good one. You know, maybe, you know, someone might want to put it back on the road if they're completely mad. Right, let's start the timer and fire her up. It's just good fun, isn't it? There you go, that's the time. Fuel pump activated. Engine on. I guess we're just going to leave it idling. It's been sat for 10 years. I've run it a couple of times, but nowhere near getting enough warmth in it, any warmth at all. So I'll stick you on a time lapse and we'll see if this thing blows up or not. It's not smoking too bad, but it is smoking a little bit. And we have got some revs. Oh dear. Okay, so after having to use my brain for however many minutes that says. I completely forgot. These things, they have return lines, so the fuel is doing a constant cycle around the car. It's just going round and round and round and round. And that means that when this tank is attached to the fuel pump, it's just sucking it dry and sending all the fuel to the back tank, which we can't get access to. I've tried to pull the fuel from the back tank through the return line back to here, which would be great, because then we could use the fuel that's in the tank, which is about half a tank, but I can't do it. It's not pulling it through, because there's things in place to stop fuel coming backwards, only forwards. Pain. So what I have done is I've rigged up several thousand meters of more pipe, and now the return line is here, and as you can see, is returning the fuel to the boat tank, which is what we want. So now we've got the fuel full circle of life here, so we can restart the experiment. But let me try and put this in a slightly more better position. Okay, quiet please in the stands. Lots of fuel filters going on as well, but it helps you see fuel moving, so you know things are happening. Right, let's try and fire her up again. That's the time. She's running as we were. There's an awful lot of smoke coming off there. I think it's either oil or wood. It might be wood, some plants stuck in there. If it sets on fire, some water down there. Oh no, that's petrol. I don't know, we'll pour something on it. But yeah, it's the temperature gauge is going up. Fuel system's working nicely. What should we do with this thing? I don't know. I don't even want to wash it. I think it'd lose its value if we washed it. Holy smokes! The fan's just kicked in. It's not a kettle! The fan has kicked in. And the temperature gauge is normal. Oh wow, this is a good one. It's not a kettle. Look at that. Perfect. Fan buzzing away nicely. Absolute perfection. Look at that. It's just incredible. So there you go. Didn't need the clock after all. It didn't overheat. That's amazing. And it sounds so good now as well. Now that it's ran for a bit, it sounds amazing. Listen to this. I always joke about these engines, but look, I am the first to admit they are actually brilliant engines when they're working. The problem you've got with them though is, if you're not massively into engines and fixing them and, you know, making them better and improving them and using them for kit cars and things, they're shit. If you can put them in a car and just, you know, the head gasket's going to go, they're a problem, and they were a massive problem. It hugely helped with Rover's sort of demise. So, you know, we do have to admit that. If you could admit that, then that's great. But as an engine, once they're sorted, and if the head gasket hasn't gone, They're cool, heavy little things, and I reckon this one would be a bit of fun, you know. So 105 horsepower, something like that. Anyway, should we put these tanks somewhere a bit more safe and try and move it? Just moving it slightly more accessibly. Wrong gear. Just so I can get to that door. As you can see, I've made some quite extensive modifications to the fuel system of this Rover, but aside from that, she's like a brand new car. Amazing. Okay, so looks like I've repaired that, doesn't it? Look at this. Okay, let's see if she bloody drives then. This is the worst car I've ever been in, ever. Let's just switch the fuel pump on. Come on, please, let this day be over. Oh, I can feel something crawling in my anus. Everything around me is dead, apart from the car. The car's very much alike, I think. Oh shit. Why has the fuel stopped pumping? Was it? I don't know. Okay, well, I put my foot on the clutch and it did something. So let's try. Oh my god, the power steering works. Oh, the clutch works. Nasty noises. Don't know if you can hear that, but it's not good. Oh, the clutch works. Nasty noises. How many tetanus are you allowed in one lifetime? I've had about 9 this year. It's only July. Oh. Okay. We're all going on a summer holiday. Oh, that's some noises. What do they mean? Oh, the airbag light's on. Oh God. I don't know what I'm doing. Where am I going? Oh. Oh. We're going round the yard. Is this legal? Everything sounds like it's going to explode. Oh man alive. Oh my god. This thing, I'm in second gear though, look at that. Oh Jesus. This is so rough. Oh, look at that down there. I'm in this car. I'm in this car and I just can't quite believe it. Why am I in here? What am I doing? Would you like to buy this? One careful lady owner. And it had the door left open on it for 10 years. It's like Fern Gully down there. Oh. Can you hear the noises it's making? Right, let's drive it back to the workshop, look. Oops, oh, whoopsie daisy. Oh. I mean, first trial complete. What a machine. She is, you know, she's pretty much as good as gold. Oh, fuel cap's gone. Forget about that. Oh, she's going to stall now because I forgot to switch her off. Oh, she's just running so well. Oh man, does anybody want this? What am I going to do with it? I'm going to take some photos of it there, and I think I'm going to put it on eBay for 99p. Oh my god, there's plenty of useful parts on that car, and I mean, you could, you know, probably could, you know, restore it if you really wanted to. We could put it on the ramp, couldn't we? Have a look underneath. Should we do it while it's moving under its own steam? She's now an inside car, look. I'm just as surprised as you there that it didn't snap in half. It's actually, on the face of it, pretty solid sills wise. Is that a bit of corrosion? Yeah, the only sort of surface though. Floors. Inner sills. All fine, aren't they? Chassis rails, all fine. All this stuff's a bit brown, but it looks like it's all there and working. Yeah, tyres, everything. WYNNE. This front sort of cross member job here looks fine. Engine's like good as gold, isn't it? No oil leaks at all. Absolutely pristine engine. That's incredible. Maybe this engine could be really good for someone, you know? Who knows? Exhaust, I think, is fine until you sort of get back here. What's this bit like inside there? I mean, it's solid as a rock, just a bit of surface on it. And there. We'll plug this back in as well and see if it starts, see if it comes back to life. I mean, it won't, but we might as well try. That's the fuel tank that needs to come out there. So it'd be 2 bolts, a couple of pipes, dead straightforward, but I'm not going to do it. It's going to want brake pipes, I think, but the brakes do work and they seem to work really well, even the handbrake. Boot floor and everything. So no welding to do, but wants a few sort of service items, brake wise, fuel wise. Cat and everything there, look, amazing. I bet genuinely it wouldn't really take that much to put this back on the road. I mean, I'm definitely not going to do it, but I don't think it'd take much. It'd be interesting to see sort of what works and what doesn't. Should we do that? Just briefly as well, I've got some of this acetone that I got off of the internet, and I haven't forgotten about this beautiful little Austin. I would still like to try and get this engine to run. So far though, she's been soaking for days and she's still sort of, I mean, it's either evaporating or leaking past. I think it's evaporating, but I want to pour loads of this in. What the fuck? I just, oh, there's a bit, oh, it's like a plastic cap inside it. God, why is it burning me? Whoop. Ah! Just went in a cut. Right. I'm going to try that again tomorrow or the day after, and we'll see if it doesn't turn over. And I'll just keep doing this until it does, I think. I might as well get the start motor off it at some point and try and sort of crack it on the flywheel, but I don't know. Anyway, back to tonight's really rewarding video. Let's see if these backlights work while I reverse it slightly out of the ramp. That's reverse. That's brake. Headlights. Indicate right. Indicate left. Any good? Did they work? Do I care? Should we see briefly what it sounds like being bounced off the rev limiter for a couple of seconds? For science. We can only speculate as to what that liquid is coming out of the exhaust. Could be anything. I mean, we probably know what it is deep down in our heart of hearts, but that was fun. K-series. Okay, so flash. Sorry, that wasn't flash, that was wipers. It's hard to remember sides of things when you're jumping out and out so many cars. Anyway, the wipers work. Washer jets don't, unsurprisingly. Okay, you can stop now. Headlights, flash. Side lights, headlights, right, left. Does the stereo work? It's doing something, but what it's not doing is working. So look, there we have it then. It's running and driving. Why did I bring it back from Wales? I don't know. But anyway, I've done it. What I would really like to do is to just like drive it off the bank, maybe put it on its roof, hit it on the limiter until it explodes, try and do a burnout until that tyre explodes, all that kind of good stuff. But there is potentially a lot of useful parts on this car. And it's a Rover. If it was like a Ford Focus or something where there's millions of them still around, then I'd be like, let's destroy it. But I'm not sort of whistling diesel like. I won't just wreck something for the sake of it. This engine's pretty good. You know, there is a few bits you can use. If you were completely mentally ill, you could put this car back on the road. So I'm not about to start smashing it to pieces. It just is what it is. It's, you know, I'm going to sell it. I've had fun getting it running. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. And if you have enjoyed watching this completely pointless sort of content, then hit the subscribe button and I'll make more. Not necessarily of this kind of thing, because this happened to be there when I was doing the Austin, and that's why I brought it home. I didn't bring it home specifically to do this for. I just thought, I want to see if it runs and drives, and it does really well. But, you know, it's still a bit of a wreck, isn't it? So look, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next Friday for something hopefully a lot more better and meaningful. And until then, stay safe, San Diego. Bye.